Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I will be demonstrating how to install an IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. In this video I will be installing Pycharm and followed by that Anaconda. Let's start with the video. Let's get to the websites that provide these two IDEs. The first web page is anaconda.com. I will provide all the links in the description. You can check it later. Here, scroll down until you find Python 3.7 or Python 2.7 version. Here in this tutorial, as I am explaining Python 3 version tutorials, so I'm gonna choose the installation of type Python 3.7. If you wanna choose and if you wanna work with Python 2.7, you can go with Python 2.7 IDE and make a selection of either 64-bit or 32-bit architecture based upon your system configuration and download the IDE. In my case, I am downloading a 32-bit version. I will pause here and I will continue when the download is finished. The download is completed. Let's proceed with the installation. If you want, you can add Anaconda to path so that you can open Anaconda through the command line interface. Let's proceed and I will continue when the installation is complete, because it takes a lot of time to install. The installation is completed. Let's proceed further. Here, if you want, you can install Microsoft Visual Studio, that is VS Code. It is an application. If you want, you can install, or otherwise you can skip it. In this case I am skipping it. Finish. That is the installation regarding Anaconda. Let's move on to the next IDE in our tutorial, which is Pycharm. I'll provide all the links in the description. This is the official website called thejetbrains.com. In this website there is two versions of the IDE exist. One is a professional version and another is a community version. The professional version comes with a free trial of 1 month, whereas the community version is a open source, that is, it is a free. You can go either for professional or community version. If you want to buy, you can go for professional, or simply you can get the community version for free. In this case I am getting the community version for the download. Let's proceed with the download. I will continue when the download is finished. The download is completed. Let us proceed with the installation. Make a check .py extensions, because by default we can open Python files using an Pycharm, or else leave it as default and proceed with the installation. Here an internet connection is required so that it gets some files that is necessary for the installation. Please make sure that you are connected to the internet while installing Pycharm. Either it may be professional or community version. I will continue when the installation is complete. We are done with the installation. Let us see both IDEs one by one. Let us start with JetBrains, that is Pycharm. It takes a few couple of seconds to open up. Here, as I have installed freshly, I'm not gonna import any settings from the previous version, so leave it as defaults and proceed. Here confirm the user agreement and continue. And if you want, you can share your data analytics and for better development of JetBrains, or if you don't want, you can simply click don't send. This is the initial introduction to the IDE. If you want, you can either go with the UI theme of Dracula or light. Dracula is in the sense dark theme, light in the sense the theme will be in light color. Here I am going with Dracula. Next, I'm gonna skip the remaining parts settings, so I will leave them as defaults. So here I am clicking skip remaining and set defaults, and the IDE boots up. Here let us create a new project. Name it as whatever name you require. And click on create, and the IDE will be opened. It takes some time to set the environment up, so please be patient while it opens the environment. Yep, let's close this welcome window. This is how Pycharm looks. Let us see what kind of projects we can create in Pycharm. Here right click on the folder that we have created, and we can create a Python file or Jupyter notebook and a HTML file. The difference when compared with a community version and with a professional version is that community version supports only these three working environments, whereas the professional version supports more than this. I will show the professional version in some other video. Let's proceed with the Python file and give it a name like as whatever you require. Here I am giving first. By default it is a Python file, so no need to specify any extension. By default it will be .py, and the IDE loads up. This is the area where we are going to type all our Python code. That is how we write the code in script mode using the IDLE. In the same manner we are going to write the code in this text area. Let us write a simple code, and to run the code we just simply right click anywhere on the text area and select the file first and run the first file, and you can see that the output is generated at the bottom of the IDE. This is where the output gets printed in Pycharm. Let us close Pycharm and let us look at how Anaconda looks. In the search bar, search for spider. That is the built-in application in Anaconda that is used for Python development. Wait, it takes some couple of minutes to load up. Give access to your network firewall. This is how spider looks, and this is the text area where we are going to write the code as we write in script mode using IDLE, and this is the place where it shows console, where we can write single line code and execute it like how we directly execute the code in IDLE, that is in interactive mode. So this is the IPython shell, which is interactive Python, and this is the text area where you can write multiple lines of code and get the output. Let us see a small example here. and if we want to run the code, simply click F5 or hit the play button and run it. You can see that the output gets printed in the IPython shell. This is how Spider works. That's all for this video, guys. In the next video I will be explaining about control flow statements. Thanks for watching the video. Get subscribed and I will continue in the next video.